Alright you guys, so starting off, I'm just going to take the Catrice Lamatic Precise Brow Pencil. I have mine in the color Warm Brown. Here is what it looks like. I did feature this in my Ulta haul that I filmed starting off my fall series. So I'm just going to try this out as my new brow product. And y'all, I am not the best at brows, so don't judge. We're just going to do the best that we can with my brows. I just kind of feel like if I could master my brows, I would be the happiest person in the world, but I'm not there yet. It's definitely not a bad product. Only thing is the tip of it, it just like, it gets worn down really fast. So I kept having to like twist it up. But it's pretty easy to use. It just gets worn down really fast. The color looks like it might be a pretty good match for me. So the color is fine for me. Alright, so moving on into the face, I'm going to use the Catrice Time Iman eyeshadow palette. I told you guys I love the packaging on it. I think it's so like cute. It's very sleek. I like just how like minimalistic it looks. On the back, you do have the colors of the actual eyeshadows, and then you also have the names of the shadows back here as well. Here is what the inside of the palette look like. Again, it's a really pretty neutral eyeshadow palette. So if you're the kind of girl who likes a nice neutral eye, it's definitely the palette for you. And it was super inexpensive as well. So you pretty much have like your go-to neutral colors in here. You have your black, your dark brown, you have like your bronzy gold, you have like your burgundy, brownish, like almost like a red brick color. You have your pretty like bronze color, just some really pretty colors in here. So here is what the palette looked like. And again, I'm super excited to give the palette a try. I'm just going to create a neutral eyeshadow look, nothing too complicated, just something that's going to be pretty wearable for fall. So I'm going to try to keep this makeup look really simple for my girls who prefer just a nice natural kind of makeup look, nothing too crazy. So that way we have a look for everybody here on my channel. All right, diving into the first shade in the palette, I'm going to take the color called Sunset. It's this really pretty matte caramel color right here. Just going to put that as my transition color. I didn't think that color would actually show up against my skin tone because it's so light, but you can actually see a little bit of a color payoff on it, which I think is pretty cool because it's definitely like a lighter brown. And you can actually see a color payoff against my skin tone, so that's really good. All right, diving back into the actual palette, I'm gonna take this color called Runyon. It's this really pretty like burgundy matte color. I'm gonna place that in my crease as well. I'm gonna be really light-handed with this color because it's really pigmented. I don't want it to be too dark in my crease. I'm just gonna go in really lightly with it. All right, and then for my lid color, I think I'm just gonna take this really pretty, it's almost like a bronzy kind of color. It's called Malibu right here. Just gonna put it on my lid. This is actually the color payoff without my brush being wet, but I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush. I'm gonna just go back in and just blend out my crease. I'm gonna take a little bit more Runyon, just a little, like the smallest dab, and just blend out those two colors so I don't have any harsh lines. All right, and then for my lovely outer V to give us some kind of depth and dimension, I think I want to go in with the color called Malahan Drive. It's that dark black. And just gonna take, again, the smallest amount because I don't want it to be too intense for this look. Just to give us some dimension in the outer V, just a nice little color payoff. All right, we're just gonna table the eyes for now. So this is pretty much just gonna be the eye look for now. Let's go ahead and move on into the face. I'm just gonna take my face primer and just go ahead and prime my face. I'm just gonna use my Believe Beauty Pretty and Primed Hydrating Primer. And then for the foundation that I cannot wait to try because I've heard nothing but good things about it, Everyone keeps raving about how amazing it is, and I am super excited to finally give it a try. It's going to be the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. You guys know I have dry skin, so the fact that everyone who pretty much have like oily skin or dry skin raves about it, I know it's going to be a really good product. I just hope the color is going to be the right shade for me, but if not, we'll just have to make it work. So again, it's the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. I do have mine in a color called Nutmeg. It only cost $10. I was so surprised. I just knew it was going to be a expensive product, but when I saw the price, I was like, that's it. So super excited about it. You do get 1.01 fluid ounce in here, and then you just squeeze the product out. So let's see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit here and say they had like so many shade options, but they definitely had a good amount of shade options. And then the colors for like your deeper skin tones, they were pretty much so close together in terms of, you know how some brands, when they have like your deeper skin tone, like your colors, there's like a huge gap in between, so it's pretty much like, okay, I could definitely use a shade in between this one and this one. For NYX, they definitely had shades that was like pretty much like right next to each other. So I was just sitting there like, okay, which color is gonna be for me, because everything looks so close, which is definitely a good thing. But I was very curious to see if I would have picked out the perfect color, and I did. So your girl is making some headways with her foundation matching. Alright, so for that first layer, I can definitely say it's more of a medium coverage because I can still see my freckles peeking through. So it's definitely medium coverage starting off. I'm going to try to go in one more time with one more layer just to see if I can build it up. But as of right now, it looks more like a medium coverage foundation, which I don't mind because I think it looks so pretty. All right, let's try to go into the foundation one more time and see if we can build it up. But so far, y'all, look at this. It's so pretty. And it's more of a radiant foundation. It doesn't look dewy, so I can see why people who have oily skin likes it, because it doesn't look like dewy. It's just more like a radiant glow to your skin. So let's go in one more time. Let's see if we can build it up. So I can definitely say it's more medium to full coverage. You just have to go into another layer to get that full coverage, because starting off is just a medium coverage, but you can definitely build it up if you want to and get a medium to full coverage finish with it. But this looks really pretty. Like, NYX is coming through with these complexion products. Alright, so moving on, I'm just going to take my Total e.l.f. sponge. I did wet it and it got so huge. It feels so soft and it's so bouncy. Now I can see why everyone keeps raving about it, because y'all, it feels so good on the skin. It's not hard and it's easy to work with. So I definitely want to get a next one. It only costs like $6, so I definitely want to get a next one because I just like how it's so bouncy. And I always do this step to make my face products look more seamless and like pushed into my skin versus just looking patchy, because some brushes can leave like those brush strokes on your face whenever you do your foundation. So I just like to use a sponge just to kind of like press everything in and just eliminate those brush strokes. Alright, so moving into concealer, I do have the Maybelline Super Stay concealer. I have mine in the color called Caramel number 40, and here is what the packaging looked like. I was trying to decide between this and the CoverGirl, but I decided to do this one today. I would definitely use the CoverGirl in another video. You do get a doe foot applicator on this one, and the color looks a little light. It's not bad though. It's more like a highlight color versus one that's going to be more of an everyday natural color, but I don't mind a highlight under my eyes. You guys know that. I do like the Maybelline Super Stay foundation, so I do have high expectations. Alright, just want to take my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge and just blend out the concealer. It was definitely a nice consistency. It's not the creamiest formula that I've tried in terms of applications, but it's still a nice consistency to where you can move the product around. But again, it's not the creamiest that I've tried, but so far so good. I think I might actually like this better than my Real Technique and the Beauty Blender. Is that crazy? Alright, so the concealer, I do like it. It blended out really nicely. It feels really lightweight under the eyes. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey. And it blended out really well. So far, first impressions, the concealer looks really good. Just going to go ahead and set my face using my Airspun face powder for under my eyes. And I figured since I used the NYX foundation, I'll just go ahead and use the NYX No Filter face powder to set the rest of my face. Alright, so the face is pretty much set. So we can move on to our bronzer, blush, and highlighter. So moving on into my bronzer, I only pulled out something that was old because I didn't have any new bronzers. I'm just going to use the Morphe Bronzer. It's going to be the one in the color called Showmance, which looks like this. I think it's a really pretty color for your deeper skin tones. You can either just do the one strip or you can mix it. I like to just mix both together and apply it to my face. Off camera, I just went ahead and did my bottom lash line. Just took the color called Runyon and just blended it out on my bottom lash line. And I also took the color called Malibu and just put it in my inner tear duct to just give it, you know, a pop of color. So moving on into the blush, I do have the Catrice Tan Iman blush palette. Again, packaging is really cute. On the back, you do have the colors and the name of the blush as well. Here is what the inside looks like. I think it's so pretty. And there's definitely colors in here that I can actually see myself using. So for this look today, I'm just going to take the color called Cairo, which is this really pretty like deep mauve color. Just gonna take that and apply it to my cheeks as my blush color. It's really pigmented, but it's so like pretty yet subtle at the same time. Such a pretty color. All right, and then for highlighter, I'm just going to take my Makeup Obsession Mega Metal highlighter in the color called Mega Metal. Here is what the color looks like. It might be a little bit too light for my eyeshadow color that I selected, but we're still gonna use it. It's fine. It's not that serious. It's mixing with my blush and it's making it like this pinky iridescent color. Alright you guys, so we are just going to finish off with the lips. I do have a few lip colors in front of me because I couldn't decide what lip I wanted to do. So I do have this like brownie, chocolatey kind of color, but I think because I want more of a subtle, like natural fall glam, I think it's gonna be too bold. Then I also have the other one by I Heart Revolution. The first one was by them too because I hauled both in my Ulta haul. This one is going to be the chocolate orange, but I would have to pair it with a brown lip liner. And then I do have one by Wet n Wild. It's going to be the liquid catsuit in the color called Shells and Whistles. And I do have the NYX gloss in the color called Brown Topaz. So I think I'm gonna take these three combinations. The first one is going to be the LA Color Lip Liner Pencil in the color called Chocolate. I'm just going to line my lips first because you guys know that other color is way too light for my skin tone. Next, I'm going to take the I Heart Revolution lip gloss in the color called Chocolate Orange just to put in the center of my lips. Alright, and then on top of that, I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit in the color called Shells and Whistles. Since I have some bronze in my eyes, I want a little bronze on my lips as well. Alright you guys, this is pretty much the completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed this natural fall glam makeup tutorial. I pretty much left everything that I hauled in my Ulta haul. I don't think there was a product that I did not like. So I would definitely give all of the products 2 thumbs up. I think they pretty much all performed very well. Nothing gave me an issue. The eyeshadows was easy to work with. I love the foundation, looks really good on the skin. The only thing was the highlighter. For some reason, when I applied it where my blush was, it pretty much turned like that area of my face like a slight pinky, iridescent kind of color. But for the most part, I do feel like it's a pretty highlighter because on my nose it looks more gold, like the actual color in the pan. So I'm definitely gonna give it a try with another blush and just kind of see what happened. But it did kind of like mix with the pink blush that I used for my face. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it 2 thumbs up and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.